The Kansas City Chiefs have become a force to be reckoned with, and honestly, it's starting to feel like they're unstoppable. They've been dominating for the past 5 to 6 years, consistently performing at the highest level, and now we're at a point where a Super Bowl run feels almost certain. If I had to be realistic, the worst case scenario would be losing in the AFC Championship, but even that seems unlikely. The Chiefs just don't lose in the divisional round. That's not in their DNA. People thinking the Chiefs will fall in the divisional round clearly don't understand what this team is all about. The AFC Championship is the most likely spot where a loss could happen, but even then, I don't see the Chiefs losing. If there's any chance of a setback, it would probably be in the Super Bowl. But let's be real, the Chiefs have already learned from their mistakes. They've faced tough losses, like in the AFC Championship to Brady and Burrow, and even lost a Super Bowl to Brady. But now, it feels like they've grown past those missteps. As long as the NFL doesn't interfere, I firmly believe Kansas City is on track to make a three-peat. So, how do the Chiefs keep finding themselves in this position year after year? It all starts with great coaching and the undeniable talent of Patrick Mahomes, who is undoubtedly one of the top two quarterbacks of all time. He's right up there with Brady, and that's a huge reason why Kansas City is consistently in the conversation for a championship. The Kansas City Chiefs are stacked on both sides of the ball, and their defense is a huge reason for their
Six
success.
in that time, and
Players
this is
like
crazy.
Trent McDuffie,
Kareem
Chris
has the
Jones,
most touches
George
and scrimmage
Karlaftis
yards
are
through a
all key
player's
contributors, making sure the defense stays strong and tough. These guys, along with Jalen Hicks and the entire defensive line, secondary, and corners, play their roles to perfection. Every player is pulling their weight, which makes the Chiefs' defense one of the best in the league. On offense, the return of Hollywood Brown has been a game changer, even if the sample size is small with just 2 games. Since his return, the offense has looked much smoother and more dynamic. Earlier in the season, the Chiefs' game plan revolved around a trio of Rice, Worthy, and Hollywood Brown. That was their vision, but injuries to Hollywood and Rashid Rice threw a wrench into that plan. Hollywood's injury before the season and Rice's setback in Week 4 changed the dynamics, but despite those challenges, the Chiefs found a way to adjust. Losing key players like AAP, another big blow, yet still finishing with a 15-1 record, shows that this team is no fluke. With all the talent around them, the Chiefs have proven they can thrive even in the face of adversity. Now, as the playoffs approach, the question remains, will this be another year where the Chiefs dominate? There are plenty of talented teams vying for the title, and some might have what it takes to challenge the Chiefs' reign. But right now, Kansas City remains the team to beat. It's tough to say, but I honestly believe this Chiefs team is in the perfect position right now. After everything they've faced this season and all the adversity they've overcome, it's hard to ignore how much they've grown. Still, they don't seem to be getting the respect they deserve. They're not getting enough recognition for how dangerous they truly are, but that lack of recognition is only fueling their motivation. This team is on a mission, and honestly, they could very well end up winning the Super Bowl. One player I think people might be overlooking is DeAndre Hopkins. He's been waiting for his first Super Bowl ring, and with just 3 games between him and that goal, I can see him giving it everything he's got. His legacy is on the line, and I believe he's going to have the playoff run of his life. Whether it's the AFC Championship or beyond, he's going to show up big. Hollywood Brown is also going to be amazing. For him, this could be a chance to play in his first Super Bowl, and I have no doubt he's going to bring his A game. Xavier Worthy, too, is going to leave it all on the field. His effort is going to be off the charts. And of course, we can't forget Travis Kelce, who will continue to be the reliable force we all know him to be. Patrick Mahomes will remain the GOAT, leading the charge and showing the world why he's one of the best ever. When it comes to doubting the Chiefs, you're really taking a big risk. I've already put over $400 in bets on them, and I'm not stopping there. I'm planning to bet even more. Every year I go all in on the Chiefs, and even if I lose money, I don't mind. I'll be way more upset if the Chiefs lose the game than losing any cash. This team has all the pieces, and I truly believe they're going all the way. I can definitely see the Chiefs pulling off a three-peat, but next year might be where the challenge comes in. The NFL might not want to see the Chiefs dominate for too long, and a four-peat would be pretty tough to achieve. But honestly, you don't understand how much this team has already been through. The Chiefs have faced their fair share of bad luck, and it's about time they got some good fortune back. Think about it. In that AFC Championship against the Bengals, Tyreek Hill dropped a critical pass that could have changed everything. Then in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers, the offensive line played horribly, and Patrick Mahomes was running for his life, but still making incredible throws. Despite all that, his receivers were dropping passes, and it wasn't even his fault. And let's not forget the AFC Championship against the Patriots, where D4 jumped offside at the worst possible moment. The Chiefs have had their fair share of heartbreaking losses, but now it feels like they're finally getting the luck they deserve. Patrick Mahomes has already earned 3 rings, which is impressive, but he's definitely been through some tough breaks. If you ask me, Mahomes has always been destined to win more than just 3, and he doesn't want to ever feel the sting of losing again. But eventually, every player has to face that, right? Still, during these prime years for the Chiefs, I don't think Mahomes is going to lose. I'm not saying they'll go for a six-peat, but the Chiefs are about to make the NFL really exciting. Sure, people love watching them, but eventually it might get to the point where others start getting annoyed by their success. The NFL might even step in to try to stop their dominance, but for now, I believe they have a shot at a three-peat. Maybe even a four-peat, who knows? What I'm saying is that this Chiefs team has earned the respect they deserve. They've fought hard through many battles, and they're showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. Now, the Chiefs are heading into the playoffs with a team that isn't quite at 100%, but they're as close as they've been all season. Sure, we'll still be missing Rashid Rice, but for the most part, the squad is looking pretty healthy. This is a huge advantage heading into the playoffs because when you look at teams like the Bills and Ravens, if they face off in the divisional round, they're going to be worn out. They'll beat each other up, and they won't be ready for us the next week. Meanwhile, we'll be well rested, and we'll be at Arrowhead. Trust me, it's going to be a lot tougher for anyone to beat us in our home stadium this year. In the past, we've had tough matchups with teams like Burrow's Bengals and Brady's Buccaneers coming into Arrowhead, but things are different now. No one is Burrow, and no one is Tom Brady. We're not going to beat ourselves like we did in those past games. Tom Brady isn't coming to save anyone this time. If you think you're walking into Arrowhead and taking down Patrick Mahomes, you've got another thing coming. Mahomes is the new face of dominance in the NFL, and in my opinion, he's better than Brady ever was. So if you think you can come into Arrowhead and take this team down, think again. The Chiefs are ready to prove they're on a whole new level.